Tēnā koe. My name is Ian Hulme. I am the Head of Digital Experience for Dentsu Creative, which means I look after a team of user research, user experience designers, technologists and delivery experts based here in Tamaki Makaurau. My role is to understand our clients' business, the outcomes that they're looking for, and then give them thought leadership around the use of digital and communications touch points where their customers are. My role is to also make sure that the people I look after have an environment where they can do their best work, and also look for opportunities to collaborate with other teams inside Dentsu Creative as well as media and Merkle. After finishing high school, I went to AUT and I learned how to cut code, and I actually found that quite a creative outlet for me personally. I ended up working in a startup that happened to be owned by someone who also had an ad agency, and they were looking for people like me, and kind of the rest is history. I fell into advertising rather than had my heart set on it when I was a kid. I think my career, in fact, has been a series of kind of happy, fortuitous events. I think, we often use the phrase discovery as a team sport, or doing this as a team sport, and there was always lots of teaming taking place at Nike. So you're never on your own in terms of trying to solve problems, and sometimes it meant working with people inside your business here in New Zealand, but most of the time it also meant working with disparate teams all around the world. You got exposed to lots of different ways of thinking and some really smart people, and you kind of benefit from that. I read a lot. I follow people in different social platforms. I also tend to follow things on Medium. Medium's a great destination for people who are big on the craft, be it design or architecture or programming languages, etc. And I also try and stay in touch with people that I've worked with in the past who I think are really smart in their field, and just keep talking to them about things. Just to not feel like you've got to be the smartest person, and to be a bit more vulnerable and ask others for help, and also to be kind. I think sometimes we can be quite stressed with what we're doing in our work, and we can be short and abrupt, and you never quite understand how someone else's day is going. So being kind to others is also something that we should do to ourselves as well. I've had a lot of people advocate for me growing up, and a lot of people who were total strangers in my life who just wanted to do good by other people. And so if anything, I think I've had quite a good career and no challenges or setbacks. And I certainly see that now that I've got older and I'm in a position where I can help others and have a better appreciation for people with neurodiversity or diverse ability challenges, and how they are immediately written off before they even get anywhere near an interview, and so on. Same with women, LGBTQ+, and obviously Indigenous people too. So I actually think I've had a pretty good run with it, so I don't feel like I've got any challenges to share. But I think if we were in a position where we can help those people, then we should be doing our best too. I was part of a team that sold in an idea to ASB, which eventually came to market as Clever Cash. And it was exciting in terms of one of the creatives, or a team of creatives I should say, thought about reimagining the cash and plastic piggy bank for the 21st century and what that might look like. So immediately it was a kind of a rich territory in terms of a physical device that could bring the best of digital, but delivered in a way which felt quite easy for children to want to use and like to use. So I think we were also pretty fortunate to have a good client who was up for this kind of work. And it was fun, it was kind of bringing the best of an agency together with the best of a client, but also looking at a broader ecosystem in terms of who are all the other people that we need to make this happen. So we got to work with industrial designers, character designers, electronics engineers. And for me personally, it was the first time I'd ever had to design an experience for not just a mobile phone, but a mobile phone that interacted with a physical device that no one had ever built before. From my perspective, 5, 6 years ago, there was this mad rush to use technology in the marketing space. And so a lot of marketing dollars were redirected away from things like creativity and spent in new fields like marketing automation. And I think that's created a problem for brands. So I think the issue facing marketers that ultimately impacts creative agencies like Dentsu Creative is how are we able to get people to see that you still need this creative thinking to be applied to an experience to make it really differentiate your brand. So for me, that's probably our biggest challenge right now, is trying to encourage marketers who have invested a lot of money in their tech, who are wanting to get the most out of that investment, to also reconsider creativity in what we're looking to do. This may sound cliche, but I am really excited about the people that I'm working with. Well, I'd like to think I've got a lot to offer them in terms of my experience. I've been very fortunate to have worked in agencies before, then gone client side, which I think has made me better for the agency experience. Also in consulting of all places. So I think I can bring that thinking to what I'm doing here at Dentsu Creative, share my knowledge with others and also encourage them to grow. When I look at the talent that we have in this building and I look at customer problems, I think we've got a really compelling proposition and we can achieve better outcomes for our clients as a result. The best piece of career advice I've ever been given helps me and my imposter syndrome. It's when someone asks me to do a job and I'm a little unsure if I've got the skills and the ability to do it. And I'd really doubt myself. And I remember talking it through with someone once and they said to me, Ian, that person would never have asked you to do the job if they didn't think you could do it. So I think if people are ever in a similar situation where they're doubting whether or not they can do a particular role that someone's asked them to do, just say yes, because of that very reason. They would never ask you to do the role if they didn't think you could do it.